What if I told you that financial success isn't about how much you know, but how you behave? That wealth has less to do with spreadsheets and more to do with psychology? Welcome to The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, a book that reveals how our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors shape our financial future. Let's begin. Chapter 1: The Money Illusion. What if I told you that most of us have been looking at money the wrong way? That our financial struggles often stem not from a lack of earnings but from the way we think about money. This is what Morgan Housel calls the money illusion, the idea that we don't see money for what it really is, but rather as a tool to chase status, security, and even happiness. The illusion of wealth versus being wealthy. Let's take two individuals, John and David. Both earn $100,000 a year. John spends almost everything he makes, upgrading to the latest gadgets, dining at high-end restaurants, and driving a brand-new luxury car. He looks rich. On the other hand, David leads a modest lifestyle. He drives a used car, avoids unnecessary expenses, and consistently invests 30% of his income. Now, fast forward 10 years. John still makes a six-figure income, but he lives paycheck to paycheck, constantly worried about bills. Meanwhile, David has built a significant investment portfolio, giving him financial security and freedom. John had the illusion of wealth, David became truly wealthy. This example highlights one of the biggest misconceptions about money. We often assume that high income equals wealth, but real wealth isn't about what you earn, it's about what you keep. The more money you save and invest, the more financial security and freedom you create for yourself. Why we fall for the money illusion. Why do so many people fall into this trap? One reason is social comparison. We live in a world where success is often measured by visible wealth, big houses, expensive cars, designer clothes. Social media amplifies this illusion, making us believe that a luxurious lifestyle is the ultimate sign of financial success. But here's the truth, most of the people showing off their wealth are actually drowning in debt. The flashy lifestyle you admire might be funded by credit cards and loans, not actual financial stability. Housel reminds us that true wealth is invisible. It's the money you don't spend. It's the freedom you gain from financial independence. If you always measure wealth by what you can show others, you'll never feel like you have enough. The psychological trap of inflation and lifestyle creep. Another reason we misunderstand money is lifestyle inflation. Every time our income increases, we tend to increase our spending to match. Instead of using raises or bonuses to build wealth, we upgrade our lifestyle, buying a bigger house, a better car, or dining at fancier restaurants. It feels like progress, but in reality, we're just running on a financial treadmill. Think about lottery winners. Studies show that many people who win millions end up bankrupt within a few years. Why? Because they never learned how to manage money, they only learned how to spend it. The illusion of endless wealth leads them to make poor financial decisions until their fortune disappears. Compare this to someone like Ronald Reed, a janitor and gas station attendant who quietly saved and invested his money for decades. When he passed away, he left behind an $8 million fortune. No one suspected he was a millionaire because he never looked wealthy, but he was, in the truest sense. Breaking free from the illusion. So, how do we escape the money illusion? The answer lies in shifting our mindset. Instead of measuring success by material possessions, measure it by freedom. Ask yourself, can I handle an emergency without stress? Can I take a break from work if I need to? Can I retire comfortably? These are the true indicators of wealth. Morgan Housel teaches us that financial success isn't about impressing others, it's about creating security and options for yourself. If you can master this way of thinking, you'll find that money stops being a source of stress and starts being a tool for freedom. In the next segment, we'll explore one of the most overlooked factors in financial success, luck and risk. Stay tuned, because this might just change the way you see money forever. Chapter 2: The Hidden Forces Behind Wealth. Have you ever wondered why some people build immense wealth while others struggle, even when they seem to follow the same financial rules? The answer isn't just about how much you earn or how well you invest. It's about the hidden forces behind wealth, factors like luck, risk, patience, and human behavior. These forces shape financial success in ways most people don't realize. Luck versus skill, the role of chance in wealth creation. Let's start with a simple truth: success is often a combination of skill and luck. But we rarely acknowledge the role of luck in financial success. Take Bill Gates, for example. He's undeniably brilliant, hardworking, and visionary. But he also had an extraordinary stroke of luck. He attended one of the very few high schools in the world in the 1960s that had a computer. If Gates had gone to a different school, would Microsoft exist today? Maybe. Maybe not. On the flip side, consider an equally smart and ambitious entrepreneur who starts a company in 2008, just before the global financial crisis. Despite great ideas and hard work, their business might fail, not because of a lack of skill, but because of bad timing. That's risk. Morgan Housel warns us, never judge financial success purely by outcomes. Some people make reckless financial decisions and still get rich. Others do everything right and still struggle. That's why humility is essential. We should acknowledge when luck plays a role and avoid assuming that someone else's path will work the same way for us. Risk, the unseen factor that can break fortunes. If luck can help build wealth, risk can just as easily destroy it. We often hear stories of overnight millionaires, but what about the countless people who lost everything in financial crashes? Think of the 2008 financial crisis. Thousands of investors who thought they were making smart decisions saw their life savings wiped out. On the other hand, those who played it safe, stayed patient, and diversified their investments were able to recover over time. This teaches us an important lesson: the key to building wealth is not just making money, but protecting it. Wealthy individuals understand that financial success isn't just about high returns, it's about minimizing risk and surviving the bad times. The power of long-term thinking. One of the biggest hidden forces behind wealth is time. The longer you stay in the game, the better your chances of success. Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest investors, isn't just smart, he's been investing for over 80 years. His fortune didn't come from high-risk bets, it came from patience and letting compounding work in his favor. Think of investing like planting a tree. You don't see results overnight, but with enough time, that tree grows into something massive. The biggest mistake people make is expecting instant results, when in reality, the magic happens over decades, not days. So, what's the takeaway? Wealth isn't just about making smart financial moves. It's about 1. Recognizing the role of luck and risk. 2. Protecting your money, not just growing it. 3. Playing the long game instead of chasing quick riches. Understanding these hidden forces will completely change the way you think about money. And in the next segment, we'll dive into one of the most powerful yet underrated financial habits, the art of saving. Stay tuned. Chapter 3, Luck, Risk, and the Stories We Tell Ourselves. Why do some people become incredibly wealthy while others, despite their best efforts, struggle financially? Is it skill, intelligence, or pure determination? While these factors play a role, there's something we often overlook: luck and risk. These two forces silently shape our financial outcomes, yet we rarely acknowledge them. Luck, the invisible hand behind success. Imagine two individuals. One starts a business in 1995, just as the internet boom takes off. The other launches a similar company in 2008, right before the global financial crisis. Even if both had the same talent and work ethic, their outcomes would likely be drastically different. The first person might become a tech millionaire, while the second might struggle to stay afloat. That's luck at play. Take Bill Gates. He was undoubtedly brilliant and hardworking, but he also attended a high school with rare access to a computer, an opportunity that few students had in the 1960s. If he had gone to a different school, would Microsoft exist today? Maybe. Maybe not. This doesn't take away from his brilliance, but it highlights how unseen factors can shape financial success. Risk, the silent wealth destroyer. Now, let's look at risk, the other side of the coin. Picture an ambitious entrepreneur who invests everything in a promising startup. Despite hard work and a solid business model, an unforeseen economic downturn forces the company to shut down. Was it a bad decision? Not necessarily. It was just bad luck. A famous example is Lehman Brothers. Before 2008, it was one of the most successful investment banks. But when the financial crisis hit, even a 150-year-old giant collapsed. Many employees lost their savings, not because they made reckless decisions, but because they were caught in an unpredictable storm. The stories we tell ourselves. The challenge is that we often misunderstand luck and risk. When people succeed, they credit their hard work and strategy. When they fail, they blame bad circumstances. But in reality, luck and risk are always at play. Housel teaches us an important lesson: be humble in success and forgiving in failure. Never assume that financial success is purely due to skill. And never judge someone's failure without understanding the risks they faced. The key is to make decisions that allow you to survive bad luck while still benefiting from good luck. Diversify your investments. Avoid betting everything on one outcome. And always remember, you're never as smart as your best decision, and never as dumb as your worst mistake. Up next, we'll explore one of the most underrated yet powerful financial habits, the art of saving. Stay with us. Chapter 4, The Power of Saving and the Trap of Lifestyle Inflation. What's the secret to building wealth? Is it earning more? Finding the best investments? Timing the stock market perfectly? While all of these can help, Morgan Housel argues that saving money is the real superpower. Not just saving for emergencies, but saving for freedom, for peace of mind, and for the ability to make choices on your own terms. Why saving matters more than high income. Most people believe that the more money you make, the richer you become. But that's not always true. If you earn $1 million a year but spend $999,000, you're one bad decision away from financial ruin. On the other hand, someone making $50,000 a year but consistently saving 20% of their income will eventually build wealth, not just in numbers, but in security and options. Take Warren Buffett. He's worth billions, but he still lives in the modest home he bought in 1958. He understands a crucial truth: wealth isn't what you spend, it's what you don't see. The money you don't spend is the money that works for you, compounding over time and creating long-term security. The lifestyle inflation trap. One of the biggest threats to saving is lifestyle inflation. Have you ever noticed how people upgrade their lifestyle every time they get a raise? A new car, a bigger house, fancier vacations. They believe they're progressing, but in reality, they're trapping themselves in a cycle of spending. Imagine two friends, Sarah and Jake. They both start with a $50,000 salary. Sarah saves 20% of her income and sticks to her lifestyle. Jake, on the other hand, upgrades his car and moves into a bigger apartment every time he gets a raise. Fast forward 15 years, Sarah has financial security, investments, and peace of mind. Jake, despite earning double his initial salary, is still living paycheck to paycheck. The lesson? If you don't control your spending, no amount of income will be enough. The secret to wealth isn't making more, it's wanting less and saving more. Saving is the key to financial freedom. Housel reminds us that saving isn't just about preparing for emergencies, it's about buying yourself options. It gives you the flexibility to switch careers, take time off, or handle unexpected expenses without stress. In short, saving gives you control over your life. You don't need to make millions to be wealthy. You just need to save more than you spend. It's not glamorous, but it's the most powerful financial habit you can develop. In the next segment, we'll talk about the ultimate goal of money, freedom. Because at the end of the day, wealth isn't about things, it's about choices. Chapter 5, The Freedom That Money Can Buy. What is the ultimate goal of money? Is it luxury cars, a big house, or expensive vacations? While these things can be enjoyable, they are not the real purpose of wealth. The greatest thing money can buy isn't a material possession, it's freedom. The real value of money, control over your time. Imagine waking up every morning and having the freedom to decide what to do with your day. No alarm clock forcing you out of bed. No boss micromanaging your every move. No financial stress keeping you awake at night. That is the true power of money, not just having more, but having control over your time. Morgan Housel argues that wealth isn't about status or luxury, it's about having the ability to make choices on your own terms. The richest people in the world aren't necessarily the ones with the biggest bank accounts, they are the ones who can say no to things they don't want to do and yes to things that bring them happiness. Money buys flexibility, not just things. Take an example of two individuals, Mark and Lisa. Mark earns a high salary but is stuck in a high-pressure job, working 80-hour weeks, missing family time, and feeling trapped. Lisa, on the other hand, earns less but has built financial security through saving and investing. She works because she wants to, not because she has to. Lisa has the real advantage, she owns her time. Housel reminds us that money's greatest value isn't in what you can buy, it's in the flexibility and peace of mind it provides. Having financial freedom means being able to take a break when you need it, switch careers without fear, or spend more time with loved ones. It means making choices based on what's best for you, not just on financial obligations. The illusion of being trapped by money. Many people believe they must keep working endlessly to maintain their lifestyle. But the reality is, if you learn to live on less and save more, you can buy yourself freedom much sooner. You don't need to be a billionaire to be financially free, you just need enough to cover your expenses without stress. This is why prioritizing saving and smart financial decisions is so important. It's not about becoming rich overnight, it's about creating a life where money is no longer a source of anxiety but a tool for happiness and flexibility. So ask yourself, what do you really want from money? A bigger house? Or the ability to spend more time doing what you love? A luxury car? Or the freedom to work on your own terms? The greatest wealth isn't measured by what you own, it's measured by how much control you have over your life. That's the real financial goal. In the next segment, we'll talk about why chasing the highest returns isn't the key to wealth, and why patience and consistency matter more than anything else. Stay with us. Chapter 6: The Power of Long-Term Thinking. In today's fast-paced world, we crave instant results. We want quick money, rapid career growth, and overnight success. But when it comes to building real wealth, patience is the ultimate superpower. The biggest fortunes in history weren't built through quick wins, they were built through long-term thinking. Why playing the long game wins? Take Warren Buffett, for example. He's worth over $100 billion today, but did you know that 99% of his wealth came after his 50th birthday? His secret wasn't just smart investing, it was time. Buffett started investing at 11 years old and never stopped. While many investors chase short-term gains, he let the power of compounding do the work. If he had started investing in his 30s or 40s, he would still be wealthy, but not nearly as rich as he is today. The lesson? The sooner you start, the bigger the impact. Morgan Housel reminds us that time is the most powerful force in wealth creation. It's not about picking the best stocks or making risky bets, it's about consistency, patience, and letting time do the heavy lifting. The problem with short-term thinking. The biggest mistake most people make is expecting immediate results. They jump into investments, expecting to double their money in a year. They start a business and quit if it doesn't take off in 6 months. They give up too soon, never allowing time to work its magic. Think of investing like planting a tree. You don't expect a tiny seed to turn into a giant oak overnight. It takes years of steady growth. The same applies to wealth. If you keep pulling your investments out, chasing the next hot stock, or giving up at the first sign of trouble, you'll never see the real rewards. Take Amazon as an example. When Jeff Bezos started it in 1994, it was just an online bookstore. For years, the company made little to no profit. Investors mocked him. But Bezos had a vision, he played the long game. Today, Amazon is one of the most valuable companies in the world, and early investors who stayed patient became millionaires. The key to long-term wealth: patience and consistency. So, how can you apply this to your life? Simple. 1. Start investing as early as possible, even small amounts can grow into huge sums over time. To avoid chasing quick money schemes, they usually lead to disappointment. 3. Stay patient and let compounding work for you, the biggest rewards come decades later, not instantly. As Housel puts it, getting wealthy is one thing. Staying wealthy is another. The key to staying wealthy is understanding that long-term patience beats short-term brilliance every time. At the end of the day, wealth isn't about luck, it's about behavior. Those who play the long game, stay consistent, and avoid impulsive decisions will always come out ahead. In the next segment, we'll talk about why chasing the highest returns can be dangerous, and why a simple, steady approach to money works better in the long run. Stay tuned, because this might just change the way you think about money forever. So, what have we learned from the psychology of money? Is wealth just about earning more? Is it about finding the perfect investment strategy? Or is there something deeper at play? Morgan Housel's book teaches us a powerful truth: financial success isn't just about knowledge, it's about behavior. The way we think, act, and react to money matters far more than how much we earn or how well we invest. In the end, wealth is less about intelligence and more about emotional discipline. Key lessons to remember. Let's quickly recap some of the biggest lessons from this book. 1. Luck and risk shape our financial journeys. Some people succeed because of fortunate circumstances, while others face setbacks due to factors beyond their control. Acknowledge both. 2. Wealth is what you don't see. Being rich isn't about expensive cars and big houses, it's about financial security, options, and peace of mind. 3. The power of saving. It's not about how much you earn, but how much you keep. Even a modest income can build real wealth with smart saving habits. 4. Freedom is the ultimate goal. Money isn't just about buying things, it's about buying time and choices. True wealth is the ability to live life on your own terms. 5 Long-term thinking beats quick wins. The biggest fortunes are built with patience, consistency, and time. Avoid the temptation of short-term gains and focus on compounding over decades. Why this book matters. At its core, The Psychology of Money is about changing the way we view money. Instead of chasing the illusion of wealth, it teaches us to build lasting financial security. It's not about beating the stock market, it's about mastering our own behavior. Think of people like Warren Buffett, who amassed his fortune not by making risky bets, but by staying patient and consistent for over 80 years. Or consider the millions of people who earn well but struggle financially because they never learned to control their spending. The difference between financial success and failure often comes down to mindset. If you can control your emotions, avoid unnecessary risks, and embrace long-term thinking, you'll have a much better chance of building wealth, regardless of your income level. So, where do you go from here? How do you apply these lessons in your own life? 1. Start saving now. Even if it's a small amount, saving consistently will change your financial future. 2. Avoid lifestyle inflation. More income doesn't mean you have to spend more. Focus on growing wealth, not just appearing wealthy. 3. Play the long game. Success in finance isn't about getting rich overnight, it's about making smart choices consistently over time. 4. Define your version of enough. Chasing endless wealth leads to stress. Know when you have enough to live comfortably and happily. The secret to financial success isn't found in a spreadsheet, it's found in the way you think, act, and make decisions. Master your mindset, and you'll master your money. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the psychology of money. We hope these insights have given you a new perspective on wealth, happiness, and financial freedom. If you found this valuable, make sure to share it with others who want to take control of their financial future. Remember, money isn't just about numbers, it's about choices, freedom, and living life on your own terms. The journey to financial success starts now. Are you ready?